Hey guys, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. Hey, I wanted to shoot a quick little video this morning. I am just wrapping up my morning walk. I was coming up on my church down here in Southwest Florida, and every single year we do this kind of Christmas village with a lot of lights and decorations, and I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. We're going to bring our kids later this week, but I wanted to check it out. So I figured I'd shoot a little video while we're walking through here. But I wanted to bring you guys a little message this morning about morning routines. Again, I'm just finishing up my morning walk, which I go on every single day. AJ did a short on the channel yesterday talking about his morning routine, what he does, why it's important. So I wanted to bring a similar video today. He kind of inspired me, so I'm hoping maybe this inspires somebody out there. But my morning routine is probably the most important thing that I do every single day. And similar to AJ, I get up pretty early. So I usually wake up between 4:30 and 4:45. I never sleep in past 5, and usually somewhere between, again, right around 4:30 this morning. So the first thing I do, I get up, I brush my hair, brush my teeth, all that kind of good stuff. I take a progress picture of what I look like every single day. And the reason I do that is not for vanity, but I find that what gets measured gets managed, right? And I take a progress picture. I also weigh myself. So I have data, both objective and subjective, what I look like and what I actually weighed, what my body fat percentage was, BMI, BMR, all that good stuff. I have a scale that tracks all that for me. So I measure that every single day so I can make sure that I'm not letting myself go, right? And I think physical health is very important. I think you have to take care of yourself physically if you want to take care of yourself mentally and be the best performer that you can in your business and in your life as a whole. So it's very important to take care of yourself. So I do that. The next thing I do, I have a little morning energy cocktail with some caffeine, some electrolytes, some nootropics, some different things like that to kind of give me a little boost first thing in the morning. Then I'm typically out the door sometime a little before 5 o'clock. And I'm typically going on a walk/run every single morning for somewhere between 6 to 8 miles. So this morning it's right at 7 o'clock and I've gone a little over 8 miles. And I typically do an alternation of like walk a mile, run a mile, walk a mile, run a mile. And I'll do that for somewhere between 6 and 8 miles. I typically have a set path that I go. Sometimes I go a little bit farther, sometimes not as far, depending on how much time I have, what else I have going on that morning. And so as soon as I do that, I get back home, have a tall glass of water. So the big thing as well that I do when I'm on my walks and my runs is you can see I've got an AirPod in here. I only keep one in so I can still hear what's going on around me because I am walking on sidewalks and stuff. I want to hear cars. But I'm usually listening to either a podcast or an audiobook. So it's going to be some type of business or personal development podcast, audiobook, something positive, something motivational, something to kind of help get my brain going and start sparking ideas that will typically lead into some things that I'm going to do later on in the day. So I think that's really important. I usually listen to those things at like 1.5 speed. So by the time I get back from my walk at 7 a.m., I've done 6 to 8 miles, and I've also listened to over 2 hours worth of content, stuff that's going to help me out throughout my day. So I find that to be important as well. As soon as I get back, tall glass of water, some electrolytes, I immediately go into my office, turn the lights off, and I meditate for somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. And that just really kind of helps slow me down after going so fast all morning. So that kind of brings me back down, centers me a little bit. And the next thing I do as soon as I'm done meditating, I grab a cup of coffee and I start journaling. And so I don't journal for very long, and my journaling looks a little bit different every single day. Some people I've tried using structured journals before. So things like the High Performance Planner from Brendon Bouchard, I think AJ actually uses that still. It's a little too structured for me and what I like to do during my day. So I'm really just writing more about things I'm grateful for, ideas that I have, things that I want to get on paper. So again, our brains are meant for having ideas, not for holding them. So I find that if I can get a lot of those ideas that I had on my run when I'm in a creative state onto paper, kind of frees me up to focus on the more important things throughout the day. So that's what I'm doing. That's very, very important to me. And so those are kind of the main core things that I do. Now I have a lot of other habits that I do later on in the day, but that's really what I do every single day, basically before 7 a.m. So the nice thing about that, no matter what I'm doing for the rest of the day, I kind of know that I started my day off right. And if I do nothing else the rest of the day, I probably accomplish more by 7 a.m. than a lot of people will all day. So I can feel good about myself knowing that. But it's really just about creating that habit and that routine and that identity. And so, like I said, this morning I didn't really want to get up at 4:30. I really just wanted to stay in bed. It was warm, it was comfortable. It was the comfort zone. And the thing about morning routines is it forces you to get out of your comfort zone, because most of the days you're not going to want to do the things. Now, there are some days where I know it's just going to be gorgeous outside. I live in Southwest Florida. It's December right now. It's like 70 degrees outside. So I can look forward to come out and doing this. But there's a lot of days that I don't want to get out of bed. But I have made a promise to myself, I made a commitment to myself that this is something that I do. This is who I am. I'm the kind of person that has a morning routine that I follow every single day, regardless of whether I want to or not. And I think that mentality, and by starting your day with that, by taking control of your day, taking control of your emotions, control of your actions, and doing things that you may not want to do, it sets you up really well for the rest of the day to know you've already conquered that. And so when it comes to those things in our business that we don't want to do, the things in our lives we don't want to do, right? Whether it's phone calls we don't want to make, prospects that we may not want to reach out to, ads that we don't want to put together, all the different things we do in our business that we don't necessarily want to do, we've already kind of conquered that because we started our day with something that we may not have wanted to do, but we did it anyway. We feel really good about ourselves. We get that little confidence boost, and we teach ourselves that we keep our promises to ourselves. And that's really important. It's about creating that identity of who you are and adopting that type of mentality into your everyday life, into all the actions that you have. So guys, that's my morning routine. That's what I do every single day. Again, I've got other routines that I do later in the day. I typically do a strength training workout at noon. I've got different supplements that I take, different other habits that I do outside of work. But my morning routine, like I said, is the most important thing that I do because it just really sets up my success for the rest of the day, puts me in the right frame of mind, and again, it just makes sure that I'm keeping commitments to myself, that I'm proving to myself every single day that I'm willing to do things I don't necessarily want to do because I see the bigger picture. I see the bigger goal. And I know that if I do this consistently every single day over time, I get the results that I'm looking for. So guys, I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration to get a morning routine if you don't have one. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to go on a 6 to 8 mile run every morning. That's okay. But just pick something and do it consistently. I know exactly where I'm gonna be every minute of every morning. I want you to have that same confidence that you sort of have something to look forward to, and you're building those habits, you're building that character, and I just really think it's gonna impact your business, your life, and everything. So guys, I'll leave you with this beautiful sunset coming up behind me. I appreciate you guys watching this message. Hope you found some inspiration from it. Look forward to bringing you guys more. Have a great day. Get yourself a morning routine. Stay exceptional. Talk to you guys soon.